Writing is easy with the Asyst touch system. We can use direct selection, or for our demonstration right now, I'm going to use this blue bracket switch and I'm just going to push on it with my thumb here to select items. Well, the first thing we need to figure out is what it is we want to say. Well, it's beautiful out, so I'm going to write, "What a beautiful day." The first word that I need is what. What begins with a W. So I'm going to click on the row where W is. Now I'm going to click again on the letter W. See that it's taken me, it opened up to my dictionary of W words. So I'm on my first page of W words. It goes from wait to were, or we see over here wait to were. Now the word that I wanted was the word what. So what is WH, that's further down than were. So I'm going to need to page forward. So when it comes around again to page forward, I'm going to click on my switch. There, page forward. Now we see the word what is right over there. So I'm going to click on the row that contains what. So when it gets ready there, then when it gets over to the word what, I click on what. We see now what happens is it puts the word, drops the word that I just selected down here in the temporary text area down here. So I have what down here in my message area. So I want the word A. A is right there. So when it comes around again to A, I'm going to click there, and again on A. Takes me to my first page of A words. I want A, so when it comes around again, I'm going to click on that once and then again to select it. So once for the row, second for the column. So it says what A. Now I want beautiful. Beautiful begins with the word or the letter B, so I'm going to click on that row there. Then when it gets to B, I click on that. We see the word beautiful. So I click on that row, then I click on the word beautiful. Now I want the word day. Day begins with D. So I'm going to click on the row that contains D, and then I'm going to click on D. Now I want the word day. Day is right there, so I click on that row, I click on day. So I have it. What a beautiful day. If I wanted to put a period, I could simply select the period there. Now I've written out what a beautiful day. If I wanted to speak that, I could just click on speak.
What a beautiful day.
And it speaks it immediately. Now let's say that I wanted to use that again sometime, that, you know what, we get good weather here from time to time. I might want to use that again. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and add that to my phrase list. So the way I do that is I'm going to click on my phrases over there. So I click on that row, then I click on phrases. Okay, we see it shows us a list of our phrases here. I'm going to hit add right at the top. So when it gets back up to the top, I click on that row, then I click on add. And it asks me, you're about to add the phrase, what a beautiful day. Are you sure you want to do this? Well, yes, I do. So when it gets to yes, I click it. It's thinking about it for a little bit, but now it shows us that it's added that to the end of my phrase list. I never have to write it out again. It's in here. The more phrases you get in your Asyst touch system, the faster it's going to enable you to express yourself and tell people what it is that you want. So I would really encourage you to put all sorts of phrases, make a list of all of the favorite things you like to say, put them in your phrase list. Have people that know you help you out with that, because that's very powerful to get a bunch of phrases in there. Now we're going to go hit return, go back to our main menu. We're going to write a letter to somebody. So I click on return. I'm going to wipe that out by hitting clear. It says, are you sure you want to clear? Well, yes, I want to clear, so I hit clear. I'm going to write a letter. Most of my letters I start with the word dear, assuming I like the person. So I'm going to click on the row that contains dear. There's dear. Now let's write a letter to, I don't know, how about to Tanya? So we click on T for Tanya. Takes us to our first page of T words. We see it goes from table to them. Tanya is T-O-N-Y-A, so I need to page forward. And we see it takes us from T-H to T-I. T-O is still further down. I need to page forward again. And I see all sorts of words here, and I don't see Tanya. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead, and the word Tanya is not in my words. So what do you do when you need a word that's not in your words? Well, what I can do is I can add it. So I'm going to go click on return, go back to my main menu. So I'm back at the main menu, my home base here. And we see spell is right over there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on spell. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on the letter T. I want O, so I'm going to click on the letter O. Then I want N. So I click on N. Now I want Y, so I click on the row that contains Y. There's Y. Then I click on A. So I've spelled out Tanya here at the bottom. Now, you'll notice here I can click again on spell. Let's do that because we're done spelling. This is, would you like to add the word Tanya to the words list? Yes, I'd like to add the word Tanya to the words list. So it adds it. I never have to spell that out again. It's in here. When you first get your Asyst touch system, it doesn't know all of your family member names or your pet names or your friends. Once you get all of those stored in here, it knows them all and it becomes much faster to communicate. So we put Dear Tanya. Well, I'm going to put a comma after that now. So there's a comma. And now what I want to do is I want to jump down to a new line. So I'm going to hit New Line. And let's say I want to jump down to another new line. So I'm simply going to hit that again. New line. Now what I'm going to do is I can type anything I want. I can write any words I want. Instead, I'm going to go right to my phrases. And I'm just going to say, I'm going to tell her it's great to see her, because I know I'm going to be seeing her later. So I'm going to say, great to see you. And I'm going to click on another phrase. I'm going to ask her about work. So I'm going to click on, how is work going? And so we see it says, Tanya, great to see you. How is work going? Let's add a couple more phrases. We're going to tell her I think the dog needs to go out. But once again, I can write anything I want with a word at a time, but if I have a bunch of phrases that I like, I can ask her if she's seen any good movies lately. So I'll click on that. There. Now you'll notice we get to see the last 3 lines at the bottom here, but we've lost our Dear Tanya. If you want to display the entire message, you can simply click on View. So I'm going to click on View. View shows us our entire text. So it says, Dear Tanya, great to see you. How's work? I think the dog needs to go out. If I want to speak that, I can simply click on Speak.
Dear Tanya, great to see you. How is work going? I think the dog needs to go out. Have you seen any good movies lately?
All right. So now I've written this message to Tanya. Well, let's say that I'm going to go back and work on this some more later today or tomorrow. I want to save it for now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my filer. Your filer is your personal private filing cabinet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on Filer. And the first thing it's going to ask me is if I want to go to the Filer menu or if I want to edit the file name. You see where it says Temp File? It assigns your file a temporary name called Temp File is what it assigns everything. Well, you know what? I'd like to change the name of this file, this message that I'm working on. So I'm going to hit Edit File Name. I hit Edit File Name. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to clear Temp File because I don't like that name.